Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today we are having Miami Esports, the Varsity Valorant team, playing up against Northwood University here in the round of 32 for Collegiate Valorant, aka CVAL. So today is definitely a really important day because it's a single elimination bracket. You either win here today or you're out of the tournament.
Yeah, so the last couple streams we had on here a couple weeks back were in the group stage. Miami did end up making it out. I believe it's the 31st seed in their group of CVAL. So this is where things start to actually matter because if you lose, you're out of the tournament. And Miami being such a low seed compared to everyone else, I believe it is just 32 minutes to playoffs. They are playing the second seed, which is Northwood University. So it should be a pretty tough match for them today.
Yeah, definitely going to be a bit of a struggle. We're going to need to see some definite bits of improvement from last week or from last time we streamed. Definitely wasn't necessarily a bad look for the team as a whole, but a lot of really minor things that could be improved upon to just make the gameplay look a little bit more clean on the whole. But really excited for the maps we have here today.
Yeah, the first map being Lotus today, a Miami Classic, but I don't know. As we keep saying Miami Classic, but I feel like it's a little bit less and less like it's fallen out of favor a little bit with the team. I don't know if it's because of the changes or the new team roster. We still play it quite often, but I'm not sure if we like it as much as we once did.
Yeah, and Lotus has always been a map that I personally enjoy a lot. But I feel like it's one of those maps that goes really back and forth, where it's either you snowball the map really early on or you get snowballed. There's not really much of an in between unless both teams are like equally matched the entire way. It a lot of the times it comes down to whether or not you can win those thrifties or not. Um, and we're gonna actually be loading into our first map here, and here we are for Lotus. And we are just seeing what appears to be a very typical Lotus comp here from Miami. Uh, Going with the single initiator instead of double initiator, going to be relying on that Sky Util as the exclusive source or primary source of flashes. Um, we do have that Omen for that little bit of extra flash capabilities, but a lot of it's going to come down to that Sky.
Yeah, I believe this is exactly the same comp we played on Lotus last time. It was streamed at least. Um, and that was, and I think the same comp. The first time we played, we were surprised with the Comfy Senti and the Adumti duelist, as that seemed to be swapped from last semester, last time they played. Looks like Northwood's gonna be hovering Clove though. Clove is a new agent we have not seen yet on stream. So I'd be excited to see how that Clove would fit into, especially a map like Lotus.
Yeah, definitely excited to see the possibility of a Clove coming out, but it looks like it'll probably just be the Viper because it's a little bit hard to pass up on that utility, especially on this map. Um, but we have been seeing Northwood looking like they want to go with possibly a double initiator because we have been seeing that breach covered a few times. Um, Still waiting on that fifth. It does look like it's going to be a raise, so we are just going to be seeing almost the same comp overall from both teams. We're gonna have the Raze versus Jet difference. In terms of the duelist, that Raze just has a little bit more of that explosive capability of getting onto site in certain situations, especially off of the back of those paint shells, which can just clear out so much of sight. Especially over towards Seaside, where Bend is basically unplayable against Raze. Um, and then we do have the Sova versus Sky. Basically the flashes versus that extra bit of recon utility.
Yeah, the Northwood really is lacking a lot of flashes here compared to Miami. Miami has those sadly no longer recurring after the sky changes, but they do have those two sky flashes which are do give info and flash as well as long as as well as the Omen flash. While Northwood's going to be only relying on this Omen flash, which can work out and help it in their favor, but having that Soviet util for Northwood could also be very strong, especially on A and C site where a lot of those angles where you have to push off of are really a question if you don't have that info. It's kind of hard to just push in without really knowing where everyone's going to be. But those sky flashes could serve the very same purpose. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and definitely is an interesting choice to go with having the initiator in the sky, which we've seen a lot of teams kind of go away from as of recently. But we are now just seeing Miami setting up in a bit of a default here. Adumti is looking like he's going to want to creep up into this B main area of the map. And on the side of Northwood, we do see 3 over towards A main here currently. Um, when we do see that KJ set up on Breakable, there still is a lot of presence from Northwood focused on this A side of the map. And we are seeing Miami look like they're creeping up into this play as Thunder Knight is going to go down to the KJ, and Ali takes down Sheep with those paint shells. Um, Wondering what kind of happened there. And we do see that alarm bot going off as Adumti tries to push into sight, just gets swung by the KJ, and Phantom tries to follow up and just goes down as well. One there for Miami, but NU just takes the round.
Yeah, and you just had so much presence towards A. They got a pick and then instantly exploded out to get another pick almost instantly with those paint shells. Just kind of put a lot of pressure on Miami A. Just suddenly they were all in front of Miami. There wasn't really that much they could do there. It was already down to a 3v5, and they were able to just go through breakable and just stop any sort of push on the B. So a little bit unfortunate of a pistol round loss there for Miami, but NU played that very well. Miami tried to maybe default play a little bit slower, but NU said, no, we're just going to give you all the aggression, and you can't really do anything about it.
Yeah, and we are seeing NU now taking a bit of a different approach here, pushing early into C main off the back of that one-way and recon dart. To essentially just take that early control. We do see Ali going down to taking down Phantom through the breakable or through the open through the door words. Comfy does take down Beat, but gets traded back, and now we see Thunder Knight in a Doomsday in a 2v4 here with just pistols. Not really sure what they can get done at this point. Probably just looking to try and get a plant off, but we are just going to see that KJ taking both down with Stinger, which has really come out in its own as just being kind of de facto eco gun for a lot of players now.
Yeah, we are seeing a Stinger meta start to slowly rise back up again. I believe the last time there was a really prevalent Stinger meta was a couple years ago. I'm not sure why that was phased out exactly, but I do believe some VCT teams started running it, and now you just saw it everywhere in ranked. And now it's slowly starting to come back. So Stinger's definitely a viable gun to purchase on these save rounds. But Miami able to full buy on this round. Some people forced on the light shields, unfortunately. But NU is gonna be on the bonus. So hopefully Miami will be able to get some kills and turn this around. And hopefully not get snowballed too hard. Because like you said, if Miami loses this one, it's a little hard to pick it back up just because of how the econ will snowball.
Yeah, and that jet dash does give the info there for NU that there's at least 2 probably over here. We are now seeing the Viper trying to creep out behind that orb, but not able to get anything off of it as Comfy just wins the fight. And we do see 2 on the rotating door as Ali takes down Comfy. Now Phantom here alone needs to be very careful about this as that is a rifle now retrieved here for Northwood. Take the ult orb and looks like they're just going to fall back. Now looking back, go towards B, does make it through the door safely. And we do see a Doomty actually dying on tree as the KJ just rotate around him through the door. And we are now seeing Phantom in a 1v3. He may have this Phantom, but I think everyone now on the side of Northwood basically has a rifle or is playing in a range where it doesn't matter. You do see Ali already crept up here on the box, but it doesn't even matter as Dip just wins that long range fight. And that is now going to be 3-0 here for NU.
Yeah, Phantom still had full util up. I'm assuming that Phantom was avoiding using that right away to maybe try to stay a little bit more hidden, but they knew he was have to go for spike eventually. I'm just not too sure why he didn't try to smoke off stairs and maybe take that 1v1 on close against Ali. Um, potentially just wasn't really sure. I probably didn't know that Ali was there actually. But who really knows? It's a little bit unfortunate loss for Miami. Was able to take down 3, which at least helps their econ a little bit, but they're going to be forcing another save round, just leaving the spike back in spawn and just seeing whatever picks they can get and maybe try to get a push in off of that. They really need to get Bob down, not only for econ, but just try to make this some sort of a winnable round and just hold on a site and force any to play retake.
That was really unfortunate there from Phantom. Not able to quite get that those shots through the smoke in time, as we do see Boat taking down Comfy, and Adumti does take down Darkus. Thunder Knight gets another on to Dip, and Phantom now goes down all alone over towards that C mound area, but we now see a 3v3 here from Miami as it looks like they're starting to stabilize. They did find this rifle in the Omen here alone. Team needs to try and push that, but he does just TP back over towards Link, and we do see the KJ taking down a Doomty earlier over towards B main, and Miami now rotating into C, but we do see the Omen already here from Waterfall.
Last player standing.
Almost going from Waterfall. Already took down Thunder Knight. She just decides to stick the plant, most likely just trying to get it off and try to play retake. But Boat just swung him too quickly, and that was an unfortunate loss there for Miami. She was able to pick up a rifle there, so I'm not sure why he was the one planning necessarily, not just holding for Phantom planning. But there's not much you could do there. Phantom only had a sheriff, and it was man down. And he was already there. It was a really tough round to win for Miami either way. Miami able to buy rifles yet again finally, but NU still has so much money. Even if they win this round, it's not going to matter too much for how the momentum is going to be moving.
Yeah, and we are now seeing Miami grouping up with 4 over towards this C mound area, as we do see that Omen one-way going up. And it looks like there's some Sova lineup that's set up here for NU. Oh, that is a nice Sova dart, and we do see the Rage Rocket. He tried to hit a Doomty midair. A Doomty is going to end up going down as the Omen swings out from C main, and that's just going to be 5 going straight the way of NU, as Miami just not able to stabilize off the back of that Sova and raised rocket, even though it didn't actually get anything initially. I think it was more so just a bit of the shock of that play being done.
Yeah, I did think that's a really funny interaction. How Doomty just updrafted to try to avoid getting hit by the Raise Rocket, and then Raise tried to hit him anyway. A little bit of a misstep from NU, but I still thought it was pretty funny, and I guess it didn't even matter because NU was able to secure that flawless victory. But Miami forced back on some light shields rifles. Doomty being forced onto that Guardian. Is hopefully going to pick up 1 or 2 kills to be able to pop bounties next round, I'm assuming. But Miami just really needs to get any sort of thing going here. Comfy's going to spot one, but is able to barely get out as he's Omen Flash. He's going to be chased behind by the Raze, but the Raze is going to fall back as Darkest gets to pick on Thunder Knight towards C.
And Sheep does get that refrag, but he is on 5 HP here on this, on the Sky here. And Comfy does spot the jump peek from Alley and is just going to go down to Boat from B main. And now we are just seeing the collapse from NU as they're flooding out of C main and flooding out of B. And Phantom now all alone. Enemies on both sides, not able to get anything off of that. And I feel like Miami at that point just kind of needed to turn in one direction at the same time and just kind of push out.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what the call was to fall back from C Mound. There was only really one there. Maybe there wasn't. But they knew there's at least 2 flank, and I feel like if you just turn your back from C Mound, you run the risk of getting pushed from both sides at once, which is kind of what ended up happening there. I'm not really sure. Miami, is definitely facing a tough opponent, and I'm not sure how this I don't know how the energy in the room is right now. Just because it's such a daunting opponent compared to what they usually end up playing. I don't think Miami's necessarily playing super well, but it's not like they're playing super bad either. Like they could bring this back. I just think I don't know some mentality and some comms maybe need to be worked on a little bit, and hopefully that's what this timeout is going to be for.
Yeah, I feel like in that situation, it was probably the call that you just need to push into that KJ ult. Um, the thing is, they didn't know how many were on site exactly. They knew that they killed the Viper. So at minimum, there was still one there because obviously the KJ came down from there. But they didn't really have much info in terms of where the rest of the team was until it was much later. Where by the point that they realized that there wasn't really anyone left on site, they were already getting collapsed on from B and A main. Um, so that was probably just a very like situational call that just really wasn't easy to make in the moment. We are now seeing Sheriff Light Shields coming out as a Doomty just getting swung instantly, as we are seeing NU just fighting for this A Rebel control, and Miami now looking like they want to group up towards C Mount.
You just see that full KJ util on C with KJ sitting there, and the Viper already rotating towards him. Sova also already rotating towards. We just see NU taking the space A main, but Miami just all 5 C Mount. She could try to take some shots with the smoke, but Miami might be falling back a little bit off of that Sova ult. That is unfortunately going to catch out Thunder Knight.
Yeah, and we do see that Guardian retrieve now as Steve is able to get one, but it is a 3v1 now as a Sky with a Guardian. I'm not really sure what you can really get at this point because they're all around you. Does get spotted from a mound, so that does give Sova the room to peek out, and we are now seeing Boat take that kill.
Yeah, she was in a fortunate spot there as a Sky. You don't have Dog, you don't have flashes, you don't have ult. With the Guardian, there's not really too much you can do there. You know, it's a 1v3. A little bit unfortunate situation there, and you know, it's a little unfortunate for Miami just getting caught in so many situations where like they just either don't have the info or don't have the manpower to really just make the right call at the right time, and it's just those sort of situations with rounds are just piling up and leaving it. So Miami can't really get much of a can't really claw back any sort of round here.
Yeah, and it is really unfortunate because of the fact that we do see the fact that there isn't much recon utility, but we do see a Doomty just taking down the alley with that really nice dash updraft play over towards Rubble, and the Omen did get spotted by a Doomty, and he does take the
Nice.
kill. Does get hit by that Nova drone dart, unfortunately, but we are now seeing Miami grouping up. They're looking over, possibly try and push over towards here, but we do see that KJ pushed all the way up for free, and Miami actually is going towards just all in B main. KJ on the flank. We do see that KJ turret though. There, the comm wasn't there, unfortunately, as Phantom just gets taken down. A Doomty does take down Dip, but now we do see a 2v1 there, and I guess the comm just wasn't there for Phantom because he just didn't end up turning towards. He spawned to try and take down the KJ here, but we do see that plant going down on C, and KJ is so far away.
So far is not have a lot of time, has no util to sort of get this back, but you know, Miami can't really make any mistakes here because you know, if they give this KJ ones in the right spot, this is still very winnable for NU here. We'll see what happens, but you know, Aduji still has those nice pops. They both have rifles. They're both playing back. KJ does have turret up now, might be able to place turret and try to get a bomb tap down, but it is playing for them. And they're holding a high low, and the KJ is able to get one anyway, as both of them unfortunately missed their shots. That is not a round you'd like to see from Miami there.
Yeah, and
Oh, my genius doesn't stop in the lab.
the placement of the bomb was perfect. I'm not sure if the play is to be just standing out in the middle there, to be honest. You know, I think the high-low was definitely the right call. I just think that probably could have been just to sit off to the side and force him to peek into you. But that is just a bit of an unfortunate whiff from those two, I feel like. But we are going into the next round.
Yeah, we are going to the next round. Doomsday had a really nice play earlier in the round with those knives, but I think Doomsday having those knives in a high-low angle, if a Doomsday missed and if Doomsday missed one knife and Sheev gets killed first, it was kind of a really hard spot for them to win. But Comfy gets two and then takes taken down by Boat towards B. Miami having this man advantage early is really nice for them because that gives them a lot more wiggle room just to roam around the map here. And Thunder might be able to catch another one out, and yep, does take him down. And this is going to be A-side is going to be completely free as that KJ util does go down after the KJ dies, and he's going to have to rotate over. With bomb about to be planted by Sheeb, and it's going to have to be a 2v4 retake for NU.
Yeah, and this is definitely not a position I would want to be in personally if I was NU. Sure, you do still have CT control, and you're starting to work your way over towards heaven, but this is still very rough retake. And Thunder Knight playing an angle that I'm not sure I would want to necessarily be playing in just because of where the rest of your team is, but he is able to get one still and is going towards backside. Jeep does get the hit onto the Omen, but Boat just wins the one anyways, and a Doomty takes him down, and they're getting excited back there.
They're ecstatic because they finally went around, and you know, maybe we are so back. Maybe this is where Miami comes back and really shows off in these last couple rounds. You know, just at a 1-8 disadvantage, you really just need these last 3 rounds so badly to make this winnable. You really need these last 3 rounds and pistol round the next round to be won. But we'll see. We do have KJ ult and Viper ult for post plant, which could be very helpful. But they do have that KJ ult to sort of. I knew I that KJ ult to sort of really locked down a push, like on the C here. But Darkus takes the kill onto a Dookie immediately off a round start. This KJL might not even really be needed here.
Yeah, and it seems like that one way was just a little bit too late. Come up there for Miami. And we are now seeing Miami looking like they're going to want to rotate over towards here possibly. But this is where there is some KJ util, and Dip just takes that kill onto Thunder Knight, gets traded back, but Sheep isn't expecting for Darkus to already be from Link. He also takes down Comfy. And Phantom now just alone in a 1v4. He's a lone Omen. And they're just running him down from B main. Not able to get anything off of that, and that is just going to be 9-1 there for NU.
Unfortunate loss there for Miami. You know, the instant kill towards C Mountain kind of foiled their whole plan. They had to regroup and fall back, especially since, you know, the KJ was spotted there. Or the KJ Mountain not spotted there actually, but you know, there's one down, there's at least one there. It's just like, you know, you can't really be pushing that again too effectively there. They had to fall back, and you know, just they kept losing their 1v1s on B until, you know, eventually Phantom was unfortunately left in a situation where he was the last one left. He did have that Omen ult, could have maybe done something there, but either way, it was not a very winnable round.
Yeah, and we do see Miami now trying to get aggressive towards A main, but not able to get anything off of it as that's just three-handed over to NU. Sure, Ali's tagged down, but now you're looking over towards C. Sure, Comfy gets one, but that just leaves Phantom down to 1v4 alone against a Viper with full util up on this side of the map. Sure, you get through it, but you don't read that. There's no way to really read that.
Yeah. Unfortunate. Able to TP behind the Viper, but the Viper just hung around in the orb and was able to come out the back and catch the Phantom who TP'd. You know, if I'm that Viper, I pretty much know exactly where that Omen would have TP'd to. So it's you know, once you have that info down, it isn't really a lost round, and you know, and Phantom just did not really know where that Viper was going to be sitting. So not really too surprising of a lost round there, but you know, Miami just one more round in this half. They have to just get anything at all here, but you know, with that econ, it might be a little rough, especially since the Doomsday doesn't have knives up.
Yeah, and we are sitting on 4 ults for Miami, 4 now for NU, as a Doomty just takes the head off of Ali. And we are now seeing Miami grouping up over towards B off that KJ ult. Looks like they're gonna try and push in here. Darkus did open up that door, and base taken off the back of that, but a Doomty just doesn't care. Takes down Darkus, and that now is a 5v3 here for Miami. Looks like they're going towards C, but we do see Thunder Knight taking down Boat over on A. So we do now see Miami split relatively heavily, it looks like. A Doomty does take down the KJ there for NU, and Comfy with the Bucky tries to go in. Chief does get the kill on Dip, and we do now see Miami taking their second round.
I mean, finally has a second round in there. A little bit late in the half, if I would say so myself, but you know, a round is a round, and that is going to bring the gap a little bit closer. We did hear some cheers from the other room and some playful banter, I guess, in the all chat. But Miami just really has to look into going this pistol round. They really have to win this one to start their own econ snowball, or else, you know, this really might be a done game here, because after, if you lose pistol round, then that means next round will most likely be lost, because typically the winning team will full buy, and then you're left in a 2 to 12 situation where sure you have rifles, but after that it's like, what, like you have no room to lose or make errors. It's not too winnable there.
We do see Comfy and Thunder Knight looking like they want to push over towards the C mount. It's a 2v3, but Thunder Knight just takes 2 down with the classic, and Comfy gets the last, and that's just C mount control handed over to Miami. And Adoopty got a little bit over aggressive there, but we are now seeing a 2v1 now, a 1v1, as Phantom does end up winning that, but that was way closer than it probably needed to be.
That was scary, especially since, you know, you immediately started the round off with a 3-man advantage, which after that on pistol round you're like, okay, we're sitting pretty now, like let's go, man, like we won this round. And then slowly it was, you know, Doomty got aggressive into Darkus. Darkus takes another one down. Did end up getting traded, but then the other one takes 2 down. It's left in a 1v1 situation. Both people were 2 shots, but like even still, it's like I don't know. I didn't like that one.
Yeah, it's that's one of those that like you're like, all right, let's just chill out a little bit, boys. You know, we can get excited, but we are now seeing Miami with 4 over on B main here. We do see Comfy setting up that turret early, and they might have spotted the Rays. And Dip does take down Phantom with the classic. Thunder Knight gets one back, but that's the KJ taking down him with the classic as well. And that's 2 guns handed over to NU. Comfy gets one back in a 3v3 now, but that is C-Site handed over to NU as we are seeing them group up. And we do see Darkest taking down Doomty with that Outlaw. Dip takes one back on Sheep. And this is now Comfy in a 1v3. Sure, he has his Bulldog against the low health Darkest, but that Outlaw is just so powerful. And that's just the head being taken off of Comfy.
Yeah, and you decided to buy up with that Outlaw specifically, and this really shows the power of the Outlaw, because in that second round of the half is really where it shines. Most people are not going to be buying full shields there unless they're really scared of the Outlaw, maybe like a full shield Stinger, full shield Spectre if they performed really well in the last round. So it's not really too good of a situation to be in against an Outlaw. It's it's a new gun. It's a little I don't know. It's just that's a new situation most players probably aren't used to yet.
Yeah, I know personally I enjoy the Outlaw a lot. I think it's in a very interesting spot in the meta right now where it's not really commonplace, but it's still a decent gun for what it is. Um, and I think Darkest was just able to really show off his aiming capabilities there and just take the heads off of 2 Miami players. Um, and Miami now going into this round 3 of the half with after losing their anti-eco is definitely not a good position.
Yeah, it's not a good position to be in. And speaking on the Outlaws' place in the meta, it's a little strange after the second round, and unless they're on the half buy, you pretty much almost always would rather have a Marshal if you want a cheap sniper, or like a sniper that just isn't an operator, or even just like a Bulldog, because they're about the same price, I believe.
Bulldog is actually 350 cheaper.
350 cheaper, and that sounds like a pretty good deal to me if I'm in that situation. But we do see the Outlaw gonna be handed over to NU's KJ this time. It might be just being straight up aggressive towards A main, but NU is here ready to potentially answer it. She just gets run a gun by Ali there, but everyone on NU just died instantly.
And we do not see a 1v2 here. Don't give them ones. All right, they ended up winning it. Doomty takes down Darkest, and Miami somehow pulled that out of nowhere. Taking NU down on their full buy. NU though still has a decent amount of money. They could try and force here.
Yeah, it was just a really, really good round to win for Miami. And it's
that's scary. 3 on Miami with light shields. And
yeah,
that's an Outlaw purchase.
and that's an Outlaw on their KJ who's currently top fragging. We'll see where the KJ decides to put that Outlaw. Seems to be sitting towards C, which is where Bomb is going. So this could be very bad for Miami. But
what a shot!
What a shot, catching that satcheling raise. I don't know if that was where the team just could even compute what just happened right there, but that was an insane shot.
And Jesus, that's why you need the Viper Orb there, folks. I will say it over and over again. If you want to cross to A Rubble and not get just absolutely destroyed, you throw the Viper Orb every time. It's so much safer. But we are now seeing a little bit of mid-rounding happening. Miami just kind of chilling out, letting NU push in as a Doomty takes 2. And NU now with 2 over towards the C mound, which I'm not sure if both are known, but at least one is for sure, because that orb was definitely heard by Comfy. And we do see that door being opened up as they are looking like they might want to try and bait, as if they're going for a B rotate here. Comfy does take 1. Goes down to Darkest, so Darkest will have that Phantom now, but it is a 4v1 here. This should be a done round.
Darkest does have Viper ult though, so if Darkest can get maybe 1 or 2 picks down and get the bomb down with this ult, this might be still decently winnable here, but is low. He's gonna get ran out with the classic by Phantom, and yeah, that is gonna be 1 round for Miami. And the whole room is just not reacting except for Comfy screaming at his monitor, which is that is just the perfect picture of this Miami Valorant team right now. It's just everyone just locked in playing the game, and then
there's Comfy
screaming at the monitor. But that round is just another showcase of how powerful just just some of these plays can be. Doomty with that immediate kill onto the race for NU just quickly started the ties of the round, and Doomty getting another 2 as they're running the stairs. Doomty when pretty much every round Miami has won here. Doomty has gotten a really essential kill here. The race gets across this time, but Doomty unfortunately misses both those outlaw shots, but is able to back off and pops the knives. Might be able to get killed someone on this door.
But the Stinger running gun, it's so hard to hit those shots on that. And she went through off the flash and takes down 2. And that just has completely left sight now open for Miami. That's bomb down inside of tree. How does NU respond here?
It's really tough for NU here. We do see the KJ sort of creeping up towards stairs. If Kumba gets caught off guard here, yup, and that is going to be back to even man advantage. Thunder Knight knows that there's someone here, but the KJ decided to back off. Phantom just swung around, did not know, and that has been KJ left in a really weird spot here. But the Omen
Thunder Knight's not checking, but he ends up getting it anyways. He turns his back. Sova does turn, but not able to get anything off of that, and he's just stuck on this tree door. He has to figure out a way to somehow push in here to try and get bombed, but I'm not sure if there is a way. Sheeb a little bit late on that spray, unfortunately, to get that kill through the smoke, but
30
I don't
seconds
really
left.
know what you do here as the Sova. You can just keep hitting this door. I'm not sure if it's going to accomplish much, though.
Hoping someone peeks through and maybe be able to get a kill off of it, but Phantoms are taking him down. Again, Company getting very excited, and everyone else is just no reaction.
Light work, no reaction.
Love to see it.
But we are now seeing Miami. We're going to bring this game back a little bit. We're at 6-11. Don't get me wrong. Still doesn't look great, but it looks way better than it did.
And especially with a Doomty on this operator holding this angle, hopefully we can catch the Rays satchel jumping across again, but it seems like, and you might decide not to push here. Viper walking a little bit towards here. I hope a Doomty can get something off this operator pretty quickly, but it's just going to get Viper orbed, I believe, and then they're just going to back off and go towards C mount, which there's no one currently on site for, and Thunder Knight's just going to be sitting back in CT. If you can get the site, it's going to be pretty hard for Miami to keep it down, but this lockdown, if it gets popped, it made the push way harder for NU just now. We'll see if they decide to push through anyway. It seems like they are going to.
I don't know. They have to use that raise rocket to break it, but it still doesn't look great here on the side of NU. I'm not sure if I like this, but you do get that lockdown down now. So definitely gives you sight and makes this round playable now. We are seeing it being planted for C mount. Plus, we're already seeing the Sova ult being used. Thunder Knight does take down Alley, but goes down to the Sova. We are seeing that Viper's been invested as well. That's 4 ultimates from NU this round. Comfy takes down Dip. And what is this position from the Omen? Did he get spotted by the dog? I'm not sure. He didn't. Takes down Comfy. We do see the KJ taking down Phantom as well. Sheeb does take down Boat in response, but such a rough spot. And it's just Molly after Molly. There's not even time left, I don't think. And that's just the shorty inside the Viper's pit. Not really much you can do about that. As we do see now NU getting onto match point here. Picking up those rifles in. Sure, you had to invest almost, or you did invest every ult that you had at that moment. But you're still perfectly fine with that for getting onto round 12.
Yeah, no ultimates left for this round. There are one off Omen ult, but yeah, it doesn't really matter here as now you just have to win one. Which Miami does have 3 ults. Sky ult can be very good thing on the site. Viper ult can be good for post plant. But Doomty just immediately gonna dash in and get 2 off rip, which is gonna be huge for Miami into this round. We did see Thunder Knight instantly pop Viper's pit on C, excuse me. It just seems like they might want to push that, but I'm not too sure where NU's gonna decide to go here. It's probably just best for them to try to go B here, which it seems like they're going to do and take down Comfy. A relatively free B site. Phantom is gonna be sitting here towards breakable door, and they are just able to cross, and he's mollied off. It's gonna be a little bit harder here, especially since Thunder Knight went down towards C.
Yeah, and we do now see NU looking like they're just gonna fall back over towards C. I'm not exactly sure what happened with Thunder Knight. as to how he died over there.
Spike
But we
planted.
are now seeing NU with the plant for C Mound, and they still have a lot of mollies available. Or, oh, not exactly for C Mound. That is a little bit deeper. Still is playable from that position. We do see
Last
Darkest taking
player
down
standing.
Phantom and Dip taking down a Doomty there. This might be the map.
Up in the map here, but I wouldn't count CVAL just yet. Did he get spotted by the Sova drone? Doesn't take down the Sova, but unfortunately
Attackers
just
win.
gets traded by the KJ, and that's gonna be Lotus going to NU 13-6.
Yeah, and that really was unfortunate, how that ended. There were definitely some moments that looked really good for Miami, but, Darkest 20 and 11, Rip Benji at 22 and 11, when on Miami's side, the best you had was 16-16 on a Jumpy, which isn't bad by any means, but still not really comparable.
Yeah, it's just any really showing how comfortable they were on that map, especially on their defender side, just really shutting Miami down, only letting them get 2 rounds in the first half, just really showing dominance over the map there.
Yeah, and, while Lotus may have gone really poorly, I'm really excited for the next map. I may personally despise this map with a passion, but I love watching our team play it
That
because we're going on to bind.
we are going on to Bind, starting on defense, which is Bind is pretty famously very defender sided, so it should hopefully be you know a little bit easier of a half for Miami to start off on. Hopefully, get a little bit of a lead just going into the second half, where it's going to be a little bit tougher for them, as they're attacking. I'm really interested to see what comps will end up getting run here. As we do know, Yoro tends to thrive on this map, as TP throwing TPs into TPs. There's just Yoro can be everywhere at once. As long as you don't have eyes on him at all times, he could just be right behind you and you wouldn't even know it.
I know for me on this map, there's two agents that scare me the most. It's Yoru, because he can be literally anywhere at all times, and it's Viper. Vipers hurt a lot on this map. You have Viper's Wall that can go literally anywhere because these TPs give so much flexibility in where they can be placed, where you can be covering both B long and A showers at the exact same time. It's kind of insane. Um, and hopefully we're gonna see some good Viper play out of Phantom here. Assuming that he's playing it instead of Thunder Knight, might be Thunder Knight again. Kind of depends what the comp looks like. We could be seeing another double controller here from Miami. Not sure if I would like that. I think I would probably want us to lean a little bit more into a double initiator, and just run solo Viper, because I think that should work perfectly fine. But it does look like we are going to be having a break here for a bit.
Yeah, we are going to be taking a short break before we head into map 2, which is Bind. We're excited to see what sort of comps are going to be played here. Maybe we'll see a Clove come out. Be excited to see that. I haven't got to commentate any Clove yet, but we will see what happens, what comps will be played when we are right back with Bind. Don't go anywhere.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We are moving on to map 2 now of this series against Northwood University. Moving on to Bind here, defensive side here for Miami. Really excited to see what we have cooking.
Yeah, like you said, Viper Yoru can be very strong on this map. I'm not really sure who on Miami would play Yoru. I mean, I guess it would be a Doomty just because he's the coolest player, but I'm not sure if I've ever seen him play Yoru ever.
You know what? Personally, I think it would be Comfy if anyone were to play it, because Comfy has been playing a lot of that Sentinel role recently. So that does kind of lead itself into lurking more so. And that skill set of being able to lurk, while it does seem very basic at first, um, definitely has a lot more nuance to it than people may expect, and I think Comfy's started to figure out some of that.
Yeah, Comfy getting back on a duelist role would be really nice to see, especially since this is most likely the last Valor cast of the semester. Um,
Hey, no, we win here.
I mean, I think even if we make it to top 8,
Well,
we'll not be able to stream tomorrow, which is round of 16. If we do make it to top 8, I believe that is going to be all streamed. But I don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on that. But we are going to go into bind right now on the agent select. Um, we'll see what happens. Keep hovering the deadlock, which I would love to see. And hey, for Premier, I was studying deadlock. I got a deadlock wall lineup for both B and A. Uh, it was it was
brother
kind
was
of funny
sitting
to
in a
see.
custom game for like 30 minutes before the game, finding those lineups. But I personally have been advocate for Deadlock being better than people give her credit. Not saying she's great, but I do think she is playable at the very least nowadays. Um, but we do see that Insta Sova Cypher lock there for Northwood, and a Doomty on the chamber possible. This is giving me some flashbacks.
Please lock the clove. Please lock the clove. I just want to see clove. But I guess Darkus is just gonna lock in that breach, which makes sense. Clove is a little new. I'm not sure what the CVAL's rules are either. Maybe they're not even allowed to play clove. I could be wrong about that. But she is locking the deadlock.
We did.
Let's go.
Let's go. And Thunder Knights are playing the Sky. I don't think we've seen this out of Thunder Knight yet, have we?
We might have in the past. I do not remember though. We see Phantom on that Brimstone. Which unfortunately we're gonna see no Viper or Yoru from either team here on this map. So we'll see what happens here. I don't know. I'm a little sad there's no clove, but deadlock on Miami side, like
Deadlock.
that's really nice to see.
Yeah, I always love Deadlock. She's been an agent that I've been playing way before she even got the wall buff. I always get told I'm crazy for trying to play the agent until someone next to me may not have started playing the agent themselves.
We don't talk about. Anyways, Miami playing a very defender-sided comp on a very defender-sided map. I just hope that this half goes well, just purely because a Doomty on the chamber is something I love to see, and a deadlock at all is something I love to see. And yeah, we do see that bread and butter sound sensor on B just under hookah. Pretty much is gonna catch anything because they have to make noise to get out of that. But other than that, sonic centers aren't super good because if they decide to just shift walk or and just like not shoot or use abilities, you can get caught off guard really easily. But we are gonna see that
What a
drone,
shot!
What a shot! Sitting on top of that. I'm not really sure what that's called. I'm blanking on the name. The truck, yes, the truck. And we see Comfy just sitting in showers here as it's coming out.
And Comfy does take down the Cypher over towards Showers. And luckily does have Sheev there to help him, but I think Sheev just jed. Unfortunately gets hit by his own deadlock net. And we are now seeing Comfy getting out of Showers as that control is now handed over to Northwood. And we do see a 3v4 here. An advantage for Miami. A Doomty just tagging him with that body shot. That is really big. That's a free 50 damage, essentially. Comfy with this Sheriff does take down Darkus. Not ready for that peek out from short. And we now are seeing a 2v2 on site.
One enemy
Thunder Knight
remaining.
hasn't rotated yet, but
Spike
it doesn't
down
matter as
A.
Doomty gets one more. Phantom just poke. Back to him there. No, but you just don't even care. You just run.
30 seconds left.
Short. Oh, this could be a big brain play. Actually staying. And he hears the rotate. You don't check it.
Okay.
And that's just
time
going to
for a
be the
protein
kill there
shake.
for Phantom. And what a play there out of Miami for that first round.
What a round, and Miami popping off after that win, which is very deserved here. That was just really well executed across the board. Especially Doomty getting those 2 kills. You know, the round start kill and the kill through the smoke just really made it so both of NU's opportunities to push on the site were just halted immediately. So just very impactful kills there from a Doomty. Comfy getting 2 as well, and Comfy immediately going out of the outlaw, which, as we saw last map, can be very impactful here, especially on the suspender side. Comfy looks like he's going to peek along with that, but it seems like NU just wants to go full A short this time.
Yeah, and we do see that Deadlock Wall not actually making it through the door, unfortunately. It looks like it got stuck in the TP. We are now seeing Miami back. That Sheeb is actually going to rotate them. Actually, looks like he doesn't know exactly what he wants to do at this point. Doomty is just playing over towards Showers, so that is full Showers control for Miami here. And NU a full save here. So it's not like they have much to work with in terms of weaponry or even you. We're seeing them creep up, and that was the arm spotted there of the Rays by Sheep. And it looks like they are just going to be full sending it onto this site. And we do see 2 already in U-Haul. Phantom with this Judge only gets 1 as Ali does get the refrag. Adjupti takes down Boat. And we do see 2 versus 4 now. Oh, one's gotten through the smoke. They're behind them in lamps. As Darkus takes down 2, Adumti gets the trade back. And it's 2v1 here with both Miami players separated, but Darkus is so low on this breach. I'm not even sure if he really has much utility left.
Use that flash to get out and TP. It's not going to try the same wraparound strat. It's just going to go straight to Hookah, but Comfy is already on the rotate here. Has that outlaw. It has full health here, and you know this breach could die to a gust of wind at this point. So we could just it's not really much you could do. He might potentially have a flash left, but it's just going to peek out into the outlaw, and Comfy's going to take him down. That's the first 2 rounds taken from Miami, which is a great start here, especially considering their comp and what map they're playing.
Yeah, and you know, was a really unfortunate start, I'm not gonna lie. Seeing the fact that they just ended up getting the fact that they ended up getting 2 members into lamp so quickly, and unfortunately seeing Phantom not really able to get any value off that Judge was really unfortunate. However, we are now seeing Miami starting to turn this game to try and start to snowball a little bit. However, we are now seeing 3rd round eco coming out from Miami, basically just their bonus round, trying to get whatever they can in terms of weaponry off of Northwood, as we do see full rifles, full shields, full utility, as Adumti looking like he wants to get aggressive here, does just end up forced to TP out. And what shot?
What the? What? Oh my god, an insane shot from Phantom there. It's gonna get caught out by the Molly, but just clip it and ship it, please. Like, what a shot. Might get caught out here by the Sova, but unfortunately dies to dip there. That is NU still with a man advantage, but Comfy behind them with the outlaw.
Does take down Boat, and this is a 3v3 for Miami. This is a very winnable position, but Darkus with the headshot wallbang. Thunder Knight gets the trade back though on lamps. This is a 2v2, 1v1. Team only has a sheriff right now. Gonna start to see this. Getting swung, and that's gonna. What was that shot though?
Oh my! Please clip it and ship it, please. that was an insane shot from Phantom. That's
Ali is not having a good time right now. It's whenever he goes for a double.
First, and then Phantom. It's like the whole team gets a turn. Like, you know, Comfy's next with the trick shot on the alley. But wow, what a shot there. Unfortunately, couldn't really convert that into a round. But you know, it was a save.
Oh no!
Comfy with that Judge.
And it looks like he's just going straight down A short. Doesn't look like there's anyone from Northwood there, but
I'm able to catch them off guard as they're just gonna be full going towards B with a hookah push. If he plays this correctly, has the rocket out, is most likely not gonna get anything off of it.
Yeah, but that Judge deadly at this range. In the Cypher, swings back as Comfy leaves. That is though B site just handed over here to Northwood.
Spike planted.
Comfy does go through the TP and gets caught by the Cypher there. On over towards Hookah. Ali takes down Thunder9 on elbow, and she now alone in a 1v2. Can't really get anything there. Now see Miami
Last player
are
standing.
having a bit of a save here from a Doomty. I don't really think there's much that he can get at this point. Might just be looking for exits, but a bit aggressive. Does get the kill into the Cypher, which is a little bit of a nice consolation prize, but not sure if he can get anything else at this point. He does know that Sova's got to be close to the point, but get out.
And the Doomty's just gonna hold back, and is gonna try to get wrapped and found by NU, but is gonna be able to live there and keep that gun. Rest of Miami, unfortunately, is not gonna have a lot of money. A Doomty is one off of that ultimate though, so even if a Doomty just doesn't have the econ going the next round, it's gonna have that ult, which is a free out for Miami, and on this map could be very very deadly. But NU is able to full buy with plenty of credits to spare, and it's just gonna decide to go for a full B push again. Hopefully this deadlock util can help to shut them down, but if Miami just might have to fall back and play for a retake here.
Yeah, and we do see she up in Hookah right now. We do see that Skydog probably spotted at least 2 there. She trying to get this going to the side. Not really able to get anything. Oh, the Sova just able to lurk into that smoke at just really awkward timing.
Spike planted.
I'm not sure if Thunder Knight is looking that closely or something. He does take down Ali. Phantom with that Molly trying to see what he can get at this point. Really awkward spot. We do see the Sova drone coming out of the smoke. Darkish sprays through, gets one. Doomty does take down Darkish though, and you see a 3v1. Dangerous reload. Not able to get anything else.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate there for Miami. We just see this 3 die almost instantly, which instantly halted their push. Just all around the map. Just Miami just losing players. There's gonna be timeout coming out from Miami, which I think is a pretty good idea here. Just sort of rest and regroup. As Company's just laying back in the chair, getting really comfortable there. You have the you use it well. Maybe we cut producer, but anyway, anyway,
He's just vibing,
He's just vibing, stomach out. That's what I'd be doing in between rounds sometimes. I die first. I'm like, a little movie now. I get to watch my team play.
Yeah, you get to watch 2 POVs too. You get to watch mine and whoever you're spectating. You get to judge 2 people at once.
Unless I'm playing Clove, which I actually have to pay attention. But
yeah, that is unfortunate. Now, Clove players don't just get to go on TikTok after they die. They actually have to keep watching the round.
It's testing the Gen Z attention span here. But yeah, I hope Miami can just regroup and try to halt the momentum that NU's starting to get here. And Econ is sort of coming back. I believe Miami should have that extra money. A Doomty should have that ultimate up, so should be able to have that chamber op ready to go. Most likely because of how they've been playing, might just decide to hold that towards B, which it looks like he's going to peek B long here, and is hopefully going to catch them out, as NU's just going to decide to go right back for a full B push. We do see Miami still have 3 on A. Hopefully he can do some fast rotates, and a Doomty can hopefully get one here. Is mostly going to be immediately getting 2 here.
Gets one and gets out for free. Good shot there from Ali. And we do see that chamber trip over, and Hookah did get hit. Thunder Knight goes down to boat, and Doomty now alone on site. That smoke's basically made it impossible for him to play here, but that is just going to be the 3-man TP, and Deadlock ult comes out. They don't expect for to still be on site. The breach still on site, takes down Comfy.
Spike planted.
And Phantom's already gotten up into heaven, but awkward spot. Phantom's just alone because both players from Miami are so concerned about this breach. I don't know what you do here.
Yeah, the breach is really making sure that these 2 Miami players can't really leave that safely, because they're just scared he could be holding any angle at any time. And Phantom just be stuck heaven might be able to catch this Cypher, but it's just gonna turn away at the wrong time, and this is gonna be a 2v4 here for Miami. A Doomty still having this ult pop, but wasn't really able to use that much this round. Might be able to catch this breach. This is the shot. It's going to get fault line.
Last player
Yeah.
And then swung by 2 there, unfortunately. She was just going to try to save this Vandal here, but might get tracked down by NU. Ooh, it might be a close one. It's going to swing out. Oh, unfortunately. And that's me all dying for Miami. That's into Econ kind of in shambles for Miami. Adumti able to buy that rifle because, you know, he did pop that chamber all last round, but, you know, rest of Miami is going to be forced onto some light shields and or pistols here.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we did see Sheeb actually pop that deadlock ult earlier in the round when they thought it was a full B hit. And because of that, now we don't have that annihilation available here for Miami. We do, however, see this Brim ult, the orbital strike coming online. Humpy throw that paint shell, but he's just getting run down. Ali gonna take him down. Phantom, he's looking for it. He wants that double satchel.
He's getting ready. He wants another clip down. You know, he saw James in the chat just gassing up a little bit. He's just like, I gotta go for it again, but he's gonna get taken down by the Cypher there. Sheep sitting in here with this Bucky could be very dangerous. Is gonna get naded out and aftershocks. Yeah. They're just like, you know what? Does anyone need help? Just no. No, you can't.
What was
you can't
that?
be doing
Thunder Knight just got 2 out of nowhere from heaven. And he's actually looking to possibly take down the Cypher. Not able to get anything off of that flash, unfortunately. And we do see a Doomty now. A short with its Vandal could possibly get one.
They get Chickle peeks from U-Haul. Is going to get fault line, is going to miss, but, you know, the Bull's just going to peek out and take him down anyway. And Miami's just struggling to get the momentum back after NU won that 3rd round here. Econ is somewhat back, but, you know, it's still not in a great spot. Sheep force on the light shields. Rest of Miami is going to be able to full buy, but NU has so much money to spare. Rip Benji with almost 8K credits, 3 of them over 7K. It's looking a little rough here for Miami. They really just have to win one now just to stop the snowball. Because, you know, Miami doesn't really have many ults up either. And it's, I don't know, it's going to be really tough. Miami just has to play this next round very smart here.
Yeah, and we are now seeing Northwood moving up towards A short. And we do see...
Prepare for hellfire.
That's... Dog did end up spotting the Cypher instead of that Boombot, I'm assuming. As we do see a collapse coming into Showers. Gonna be an even trade as Sheep does take down one. Phantom with another. Gonna be a 2v1 now here for last member of Northwood. Sheep here over towards Showers. These positionings here though for Miami is so rough, so separated that it's basically the perfect formula for this player to get his one.
Spike
It
planted.
is getting plant down. Gonna get the lamps. Now, we need to see Sheep and Thunder Knight try and group up some.
No charge.
But
Oh,
Sheep
what?
wins it!
Okay,
Thank you.
you know, good job, Sheep. I was not expecting him to win that there, but just kind of was just Neo from Matrix,
What?
just dodged the bullets through the wall and just able to pull that gun back out. Just wow, it just impressive, impressive kill there from Sheep. But yeah, Miami able to get that round. That is a very important round that you want to win there. Probably keep the econ up and hopefully not falling too behind in terms of ult economy. They do have that Cypher ult up on the side of NU. But you know, other than that, they're pretty much the same distance off of their ults here. So I just hope Miami can sort of convert this into, you know, just coming out of this half, you know, on the positive end here at least.
Yeah, and we do now see full buys coming out from both teams. He really wants his ult orb. That was risky, I'm not gonna lie, but he does end up getting it, and that is gonna be the annihilation up here for the deadlock. Thunder Knight playing into, this is a rough position to be playing. This breach already on site, fully alone on site. We do see the annihilation getting used, does get one, and we do see the swing out off of it from Thunder Knight, able to get one, but gets traded back. We do now see Sheeb just trying to get a wall bang, literally anything here. Do actually see the teleport rotations coming out there from NU, and you know Sheeb's actually using that blast pack for his own rotation as well.
Just a collaborative effort of using that blast pack there, but that does leave Comfy on 0 util here for this retake. He's gonna try to spam through. Unfortunately, didn't really get any damage onto that Sova. Sheeb is gonna be low health, but is gonna be playing closer angle, just trying to get any sort of kill, just to sort of get this retake started here.
One enemy remaining.
But Comfy's able to
Comfy
get
with
two. And that's going to leave NU suddenly in a 1v2 situation here. Bomb is planted for him, but it's going to have to swing out here. They're trying to get a wallbang kill here. Comfy's just going to try to maybe stick it. is going to jump peek. He's able to
Use this
round,
in my sleep.
and I believe that is going to be able to be defused. Also, and that's going to be another round one for Miami, and Miami just keeping that momentum after winning that round. After any 1-5, but Miami starting to bring it back to 4-5 here, and that is going to be Comfy now up with that result, and Adupti and Phantom decently close to ultimates as well, and that
Whoa. What?
the operator being bought from Sheeb, leaving with 50 credits and light shields. I'm not sure if he sticks with that. Okay, yeah, he
No,
sold it.
okay.
That makes a little bit more sense here. I'm just gonna go ahead and use that judge. Most likely gonna try to use that rocket again, but it's just gonna run down in short, in which Enu's not gonna be again. But is it a blast back? Try to get close. Might be able to catch your Cypher off guard.
He did spot the Cypher, I think. He knows the Cypher's here. Not able to get it, though. And that is now going to be the Cypher getting out. Div takes down Thunder Knight, and he looks the wrong way, trying to find the Cypher. Also takes down Phantom, and that is now a 2v5 here for Miami.
Last player
As
standing.
Sheeb just going down to the
Spike planted.
Cypher as well. Cypher's a menace on this side of the map. Doomty now walking towards the other Cypher trip. Is left alone over on this side of the map. And Cypher is coming back over. We might see a 1v1.
I don't think
And
so.
Doomty wins it.
Adupti's
I'm
just
too
gonna
far.
most likely just sit back and try to save this Vandal, as the econ from Miami still isn't the greatest here. But Enu's just hunting him down as fast as they can. There's gonna be 3 coming from showers, and yeah, Div just takes him down. This is gonna be unfortunately a round loss for Miami. Enu with 2 ults up now as well. And the result being spat on that round, but not able to use that effectively. But the Cypher able to back off and just get 2 off of that. Just an unfortunate loss here, especially since Miami's gonna be forced onto a save round here.
Yeah, but we do see that hero rifle buy coming out from a Doomty and handing it over to Comfy. Because he is going to be having that operator up next round. As we are now in round 11, so this is second to last round of the half. So this is definitely a very important round here for Miami. Definitely want this round win. And we are seeing the deadlock wall spent here over towards B main, and they hear all of those gunshots, and they know exactly where they're coming from. We do see the chamber ult used, and that is just going to be 2 from Miami going down already. Might have been a little bit of a premature chamber ult.
Off your feet!
You see all the breach just going to be going into CT, just trying to run down Miami as fast as they can. Because they know that chamber ult is going to be popped. Oh, unfortunately, this is the shot there. It's going to have to deal with all 5 of NU at once. And it is Utoed up on him, and that's going to be a flawless round win for NU, unfortunately. And, coming with that hero, rifle buy is going to be a little bit low. Might be able to get bought. Is just going to buy a Bulldog, but Miami on light shields rifles, going to the last round of the half is not something you really looking for. Miami really needs to win this round, though, and most likely needs to win pistol for this to sort of be winnable, just because of how hard this next half is going to be for them.
Yeah, and we are seeing 3 Vandals, Spectre, a Bulldog, and Benji has bought a judge on Cypher. Oh, Sheeb. Sheeb dodging too. Thunder Knight with this judge as well. We do see Darkest taking down Comfy, but still a dangerous spot. He does take 1. Picks up the Vandal. Might have been better off not trying to take that, but does end up hitting his. And we do see Miami now winning that round, and it's going to be a 5-7 half.
5-7 is still not the ideal outcome here, but it's definitely better than what it could have been here. Miami just really needs to win this pistol round, which to bring it up to a 7-7. Getting this tied up would be huge for Miami, just especially since their comp is definitely more defender sided, having that double Senti. That chamber can definitely help be a little more aggressive than a typical Sentinel, but they still don't have a ton of utility there, especially not a ton of info utility. They do have that Skydog and Skyflash, but this is gonna be a little bit tough of a half, especially since Spine is already defender sided. But we'll see what ends up happening here. It seems like Miami might be split up a little bit more towards A short and towards Hookah. I just really hope Miami can convert this into a win and hopefully tie up this game here.
And we see 4 from NU grouped up towards Belong, and it looks like they might be going for.
If they keep hearing no info towards B, we do see a Doomty crept up heavily there. Might get spotted from long. Might have got jiggle peeked there. I'm not sure if he spotted. Didn't be able to get out, fortunately. And that is going to be Miami already taking space on the A here. There's going to be a TP play happening. And Rip Benji able to take down one, but she able to get out. It's going to be fault line is just going to get swung. It's going to
Gets
get one
one.
somehow. And Miami able to take space on the A, but, you know, that's going to be more losses than they initially wanted to. Doomty barely able to take down Bo, and that's going to be Miami TPing back towards B, and going to try to get the bomb down. And NU's going to be left in a 2v3 situation.
Yeah, and a Doomty here with this Headhunter still has 2 shots, so that is really big on this Pocket Guardian. We are now seeing NU, one going towards Hookah, one going B long. Not sure if splitting up is necessarily the best decision here, but they are going to attempt this retake, it looks like. Rage jumped up on the box, is getting aggressive. A Doomty missing both shots, unfortunately. And that is now going to be
One
NU
enemy
looking
remaining.
to take site. Humpy takes down Alley, and that is Thunder Knight taking down Darkest. So that is going to be the round going to Miami.
This is a huge round win for Miami, which means they can, you know, they can buy up this round and bring this game up to tied. Hopefully, we're gonna be able to see rifles coming out from both Comfy and Adoopty here, which is Spies and Sheeb. So hopefully all these hero rifles should help them secure the round. It doesn't seem like NU is just gonna try to go full bot anyway to maybe do it just to counter it at all. We're gonna see classics and shorties coming out for most of NU. Should be a pretty easy round here for Miami, but you know, if Miami dies to one of these classics early and that hands a rifle over to NU, this could go very south very quickly. You see you see NU's raise just immediately last second with that shorty was able to get out after not catching anyone off with that, and gonna try to repeat into that potentially, but the raise is gonna sit back. Company taking out Rip Benji, and that is gonna be, but Darkest getting the trade on the Comfy, and it's not really a death that you want there, especially since Company had a rifle.
Yeah, and it's just that collapse coming out from Showers. We do see him getting through. Oh no, this Brimstone sitting in the corner with the classic. Do they clear it? They do. And that is just some good angle clearing there from Miami. And we are now seeing NU's Breach left alone over towards Elbow. I think he does. He's the one that picked up that Phantom,
No escape.
actually. So that is now going to be a Phantom on the line here for NU as he does take down a Doomty. And Amy don't lose much more here. Keep getting a little aggressive, trying to take it down. And looks like might just out possibly. But I don't think Miami's gonna let that happen.
Miami's just gonna try to collapse on him on all costs, but you know, Miami also does want to save these rifles here, as you know, if they do die, yeah, just Thunder Knight and going down to Darkest, they're just gonna let him keep the rifle, and that's gonna be at least Steve getting out with the rifle, but you know, that is not really the outcome that you want in that round. But hey, at least you still won the round, bring it back to 7-7. But you know, like I said, Econ is not gonna be in the greatest of spots.
Yeah, and I do wonder what Graham was able to get out with just a Spectre, unfortunately. But we do see Miami still able to full buy here. Definitely is a decision that you can make in this round. We are seeing light shields on both sides, so it is going to be a little rough. Thunder Knight forced onto a Bulldog so that he can get full shields and util. A Doom wanting to get aggressive towards long here, as we do see the Nova position.
Isn't it? Olympus gonna instantly shoot that Sova dart. Sova just gonna jump peek and see that. Line's gonna go out. Is not gonna able to take him down, but Doomty unfortunately not able to get the kill onto that. But she able to take down Boat. And it is back to even man, as both Miami and NU was able to take one down. Company's trying to take some space over towards A, but Sheep going down to dip as they getting aggressive towards B long. That's gonna be Miami left with 3 here, but NU only having the Cypher here. Unfortunately, is taking down Comfy, but Miami should be able to get this plant out pretty easily, and is going to have to play a 2v3 post plant.
Yeah, and Thunder on this Bulldog did either rifle. We are now
Last player
seeing NU
standing.
grouping up towards Heaven. We do see Thunder Knight going down to Alley, and Phantom now 1-3 does get pre-fired. Sure, Alley may have missed, but Dip did hit his shot.
Yeah, probably just didn't expect Dip to swing immediately after Ali that quickly there. Was mostly expecting the next person to from heaven, but you know, unfortunately was caught out, and that's gonna be a round win for NU.
They think they're so
You know, based on the
secure.
economy goes, that's not really too surprising. But since Miami decided to just force buy there to hopefully try to sort of get some momentum going, that is not really the round that you want to see lost there.
Yeah, and it was a little bit unfortunate to see Miami losing that third round just because that is gonna swing eco for these next few rounds, unfortunately. Um, definitely could be a bit of a rough position for Miami going.
Yeah, I just hope that Miami can convert this next round into a pretty decent thrifty, at least getting a couple kills down, just to hopefully halt that snowball of economy from NU. Because you know if NU wins not a lot of deaths, then that's rifles getting carried over and money stacking and stacking and stacking. And you know once it gets to that point, there's not really much Miami can do here, especially on a map like Bind.
Yeah, Bind is a map where snowballs so quickly. Um, you can definitely mitigate that way more on defense, but on attack, it's really hard to stop the snowball from the other team. Comfy is full buying a Phantom. Um, might just be a looks like that was just a little bit of a try and see. Is actually just gonna be buying up that sheriff. Um, as we do see NU full buying with a judge. I believe that was on Alley. I might be incorrect about that.
I'm not too sure about that one either. Doomty able to TP out after taking a shot here. I get caught up by Darkest. I'm not sure if they expected him to cross left here. Doomty is gonna just hug left, and she's just gonna back off to help Thunder Knight here towards Hookah. We'll see if they catch out Bo here, but I'm not too sure. Yeah, and Bo was the one that ended up getting the judge. He's gonna try to back off and take the
What
range,
a
but
shot!
yeah, great shot on the Bo, was able to take him down. That's gonna be judge down. Comfy barely able to get that kill down. Might not expect the Cypher to be sitting in lamps here. He's gonna nade that out. Force the Cypher out, but
Oh,
Cypher's gonna take down, able to take down Phantom.
Last
They're gonna
player
satchel
standing.
back, but unfortunately, Rip Edgy just gonna brain pain, still able to take him down, and that's gonna be NU taking that round with 3 ults up already and going into in this half. Miami has 2 ults, which can be pretty useful here, especially with that Raze ult being in the site, and especially and also with Deadlock ult can also help get on the site here. But yeah, just NU has pretty decent economy up. A couple K left over. Well, Miami, some of them only have hundreds left.
yeah, it's definitely a do or die round here for Miami. Where this will determine the next like probably 3 or 4 rounds. We do see that Sova ult being popped instantly alongside the Breach ult. We do see Thunder Knight getting 1, but does instantly get traded back. We do see 2 here from NU, positioned over towards Hookah. We do have the Cypher set up here, and we do see the Raze ult coming out, not able to get anything. Benji, she gets the trade back, however, and is now pushing deeper into sight. He is doing entry position now, as we are now seeing NU already on a full rotate with 2 positioned in Hookah, 1 already over towards Long. However, I don't think they're ready for company. Or for Doomty, sorry.
Yeah, Doomty is on that flank. Phantom with that ult able to take down Dip, but it just gets traded by Ali. He was flank on site, but Doomty is still sitting Hookah, and Doomty able to get both there. What a flank from a Doomty. Really was able to help turn that round around. Because if he was still in sight with Sheep there, that might have been a little bit harder to win there.
Yeah, and Miami winning that round is massive for this eco. It makes this half playable now. Not necessarily good, but playable. A Doomty is gonna have that operator next round. At the very least, we are still seeing Sheep with that Deadlock ultimate, Thunder Knight with the Seekers. Sure, you do have that Rage Rocket and that Cypher ultimate, but those can be mitigated relatively easily depending on where they are. Plus, the Cypher ultimate might not even come in as long as if he doesn't have a dead body. However, we do see Miami now grouping over with 3 towards this B side of the map, as Thunder Knight has looking like he wants to try and take Hookah control, but we do see the Rage Rocket over towards there.
They're actually able to get out, kind of, but no, that full line's gonna catch him out and get out of that ultimate. And Dark is taking out Phantom. Miami is just gonna try to TP towards showers, at least Comfy did. Adumpty already taking space on A, but it's just going to go down, and Comfy's just going to have to, after the TP, just rotate back to try to pick up that spike, and I guess try to play towards B, but their Razor's going to be pushing up here. It might be able to catch them off guard. Hopefully, they can at least take this guy down and try to maybe push towards A,
Last
but I don't know if he's going to
player
check it, and no, he does not check
Spike
post right.
down B.
This will be left in a 1v5, unfortunately, and that's going to be a flawless round win for NU.
Yeah, that's just an angle that, if I'm peeking that, definitely not my first spot I'm checking. And unfortunately, that is going to be another round here for NU, getting closer and closer to that 12 round point. We are seeing what appears to be a full buy coming out from Miami. They are going to try and force this, so Adoomty is going to be popping that operator here. And this is the either the rest of the game is possible or not.
Yeah, this round is really do or die for Miami.
You want to play?
Especially with the
Let's
econ.
play.
If they lose this round, it's most likely to lead to a loss the next round, just based off of econ and alt economy. And you know, from there, it's much harder to win this. But if they win this, we're still pretty much in it. But Rip Benji immediately getting that call to Thunder Knight. Thunder Knight did only have a share, but getting another one to Sheev is not something you like to see, especially since both of those players did have their ultimates up, and now we don't really have any ultimates able to use. Have the chamber almost popped, but Comfy taking down Dip there. Might make this a little bit more winnable, but Miami just hopefully can be able to fall back off this A site and maybe try to go towards B.
Yeah, but unfortunately, this try and get to. We do see Phantom now looking like he wants to get a little bit aggressive here towards short. Adoomty with his operator finally pushing over towards showers. Could possibly get one. Does look like he missed shots. Phantom does take down Jarkus, so it is now a 3v3.
Got the spike.
However, we do see this collapse coming in now on short. We see one in Lamps. Rip Benji takes down a
One
Doomty.
enemy
Lamps
remaining.
peeking out.
Last
Doesn't
player
get traded,
standing.
but now it's a
30
1v1.
seconds left.
Phantom versus Boat as we do see the Battle of the Brims. Phantom's just going to get out through the teleport. And he is going to use this stim just to get onto site as fast as possible. He does know that he's going to have to come from Puka.
He's just gonna play it for CT here, which honestly was not too bad of an idea here, especially since he knows that that NU's Brim is gonna have to go from the attacker side. Phantom is gonna just wrap around towards elbow and is just gonna try to hold this angle. Hopefully, just sort of get some info and is able to fall back here. But you know, if he just gets one tap by this Vandal, it could not be very good. But does not check the angle, but no, barely misses, and that's gonna be info for Boat. And Boat's just gonna be able to get through on the spike onto the spike here. Is most likely just gonna try to get half here.
You don't check that. That's such a great heads-up play there from Phantom to go all the way around and not go back into CT and not bait himself into that. Really good heads-up play there from Phantom to win that round. And Miami's hanging on.
Miami is sort of back in this. Still down around, still down some econ, but hey, it's way more winnable than it was before. Great play from Phantom. Unfortunately, missed that first shot, but you know, in the end, still won that round. And Phantom single-handedly pretty much kept Miami in this game right here. We do see Sheeb and Thunder Knight still have their ultimates up, which could be essential for getting on the site here. But Miami's just going to go for a little bit more of a default here. But unfortunately for them, Northwood is not going to seem like they want to push that very much. Dib is just going to be able to jump spot a Doomty out there. And Miami's just going to take that space, be long. But we'll see what ends up happening here. Northwood seems like they just want to play back and try to see what sort of picks they can take. Northwood is going to be rotating towards B, though, so this might just be the call just to sort of push towards A if they can get that info that most of Northwood is there. We just see bomb is going to be A. So we'll see what happens here. I just really hope Miami doesn't get picked off one by one over towards B long here.
You see this raise of Ali looking over towards Showers. Gonna tag Phantom extremely low. He's able to mitigate the damage from that paint.
I've got your trail.
And it looks like Miami
No charges.
is wanting to push onto A, but we already see the rotates coming out from NU. However, we do still see Comfy over towards this B side, so they're locked into this.
Yeah, see Comfy still having that B long control, but she was going to be committing this deadlock
30
call here.
seconds left.
She's going to be looking for anyone to use it on, but just gets instantly one-tapped by Ali from U-Haul. Anyone going to be is just going to take that out of the game for a while here. That is going to be the central pop there from NU, and then also the brimstone all pop. Somebody was able to flash and get the kill, though. Might not expect the Sova to be wrapping there. Miami really needs to
10
tight this bomb with 10
seconds
seconds left.
Last player standing.
Taking this plant down, but that is going to be at the cost of his life. That is going to be round 11 on the board here for Northwood.
You know, the bomb down is going to make sure that, you know, Miami does get that extra 300 credits there, which based on the econ is, you know, very much needed, is very much going to be helpful to get some extra util out here. But yeah, Miami's still not in a great spot. Yeah, it's going to be forced onto a save here, and you can just afford to keep the rifles in the buy up here. So Miami just really needs a thrifty win to make sure that they stay in this game, or else they're going to be looking at an NU match point, and that's not a very very good thing you'd like to see.
Might be being a. Not sure how much I like this call, but yeah, we are forcing the sheriff with full shields. You have one Vandal on the side of Miami, and Comfy just takes the head off a dip. And that is going to be this B site opened up here for Miami. They need to explode onto this site now. We do see the Raze ultimate committed, and that is going to take down the Cypher. Sheev gets the kill on Darkest over towards CT, and that is going to be now a 2v4. Ali jumps out of hookah, just out of nowhere, doesn't get anything off of it, and that's now a 1v4 here for NU as Comfy takes the kill onto Boat, and that's going to be Miami back in this game.
Wow, just what impactful kill right away from Comfy there. Able to one-shot. I'm not quite sure who it was at the beginning there, but it was able to just to instantly get the sheriff headshot kill, which means he had a rifle and was able to just to double satchel in pretty much for free and get the kill there onto Rip Benji. And that is Miami back in this game with the econ advantage. Also, as NU's gonna be forced onto sort of a half buy here. Would you see a Bucky and a Stinger, light shields, you know, heavy shield Vandal will come out from Rip Benji, but you know, they do have that Raze ult, but you know, NU's not in too good of a spot here, and Miami's looking to try to tie this game back up.
Yeah, and you know, I've talked some bad things about this Bucky, but it is very scary on this map, especially over towards Lamps where he is playing, and possibly push over towards this A side of the map where we see the Cypher set up and this Raze with this Bucky. So two very, very dangerous pieces of, you know, just possible like turns come out of this round here for NU, and he getting a little bit too far up. We see the Rage Rocket coming out, and that's going to catch Sheev out. We now see man advantage here for NU as Smokes dropped here to give Ali as much room as they can. And Comfy gets spotted by that Sova dart drone.
The Sova drone is gonna hit him with the dart. Isn't he get spotted towards B long? Might be able to TP the showers here. Miami doesn't have a man advantage, at least on the A side, but rotates are coming out. Fortunately, the Raze was able to recover that gun off of She, but Rip Benji taking on Thunder Knight. Still, no guns able to be recovered by NU just yet, so that is a little bit of a positive here for Miami. But Phantom is just gonna have to get on the site and get bomb down. I'm not sure if I would push this right now. How it's Phantom.
This is so dangerous. You know that there's a Bucky in play, and that's going to be
10 seconds
bomb
left.
down in Lamps, and I'm not sure if Miami can do anything about this. I think this might be the round.
5
Last
seconds left.
player
Some kills
standing.
coming out, but nobody left in a 1v3, and all NU has to do is hide, and they just take the Darkest just pops out and take him down. And that was just unfortunate pick after unfortunate pick for NU against Miami. I'm not too sure why Phantom decided to peek Lamps there, especially since you know he did. I'm not sure. Maybe it just really wasn't calm that there was a Bucky in play. I'm not sure if maybe Miami didn't exactly know where it was or if it was in play. I'm not sure if it was quite fired just yet, since Sheep did die to that ultimate. But still a little bit of unfortunate push there. Means the bomb just went down in Lamps with basically no time left. Made it just unwinnable for Miami. No matter what utility guns they have.
Oh, Thunder Knight with this timing does take down Darkest. That's a huge pick to start off this round. The breach being down for NU. That's so much utility just off the board instantly. And Miami now looking like they want to start taking space over towards B. Garden control now for Miami. We do see the rotate starting to come out from NU though, as this Raze is already on the flank, but Bo with 4 from
What?
Defenders win.
What just happened? Wait, Boat just instantly gets 4 kills as Miami tries to push out from Garden, and then the last one just dies to the Sova ult. And that that's
That's
possibly one of the worst ways you want to lose the map. It's to instantly lose 4 to 1 person sitting in the corner. That is
the deadlock wall was off. The deadlock wall didn't reach elbow. It was a little bit too shallow, and off of that, Boat was able to swing out from elbow through the brim smoke and down full.
oh
That's
man.
that's about as unfortunate as you can get there.
That's
And that is gonna be the end of our CVAL run for
I
Miami University
you know,
Varsity Valorant.
I was excited to see, you know, an exciting round there. We got the pick off early. They had their race was flanking late interaction. But their season just ended off of
Off of
off of a missed wall.
singular missed deadlock wall. And I
Maybe
think he probably turned whatever Sky Flash was coming out as they were trying to push out from Kuka.
yeah.
So it was just, and I'm sure at that point you just start spraying the smoke. My bet is that one or two of them hadn't even made it out of the smoke yet and hit a headshot through smoke.
Yeah, I mean, it was probably just, a lucky collat headshot or two as they were pushing out through the smoke. Really, really unfortunate there for Miami, but you know, as we said, that is unfortunately the end of our CVAL run. We did make it to playoffs at least, which it was nice getting an extra game in. Especially with this team here this semester. As unfortunately, I do know at least that Sheba's is graduated. I'm not sure about anyone else on the team. I could be wrong. James, correct me in the chat on that one. But anyways, that is going to be unfortunately just since someone is graduating, it just has to be the end of that team, at least exact team specifically.
Mhm.
So a little bit sad that we didn't get to see more of that team. I think they had a lot of potential and did have some very good gameplay there, especially since we did just see on Vine they were still very competitive there against on a half where they weren't really favored at all on a map where they aren't really favored in that half.
Against a team that they were not favored against at all as well.
Yeah, I believe Northwood did win CVAL and Red Bull Campus Clutch last semester as well. Um,
They won CVAL last semester and won Campus Clutch, I believe, last year. Um, and I believe that they lost to the most recent Campus Clutch winner. So
I mean,
yeah,
regardless, Northwood is a very good team. They did still play very well. I am proud of that team. Unfortunately, won't be able to in that exact form again. But hey, some of those people who aren't graduating, I'm sure we'll still see around. We'll see Comfy just hooting and hollering in the other room. I'm excited to see that. I just enjoyed seeing how this team has grown the past couple of semesters and getting to watch and talk about some talent with you.
yeah, we appreciate that you guys have let us yap for this long. Second semester of doing this, and it's been a great time. This team has been really fun to watch. Obviously, we're gonna miss Sheeb, great player. Wish him the best. But thank you guys for dealing with us yapping for.
We do just get asked to yap in front of the camera about Valorant. And not only Sheep got joining, it just hit me that our observer Alyssa is also graduating. Which means this is the last Little Bug POV potentially for a long time, unless
No more.
Alyssa can pass the torch on effectively to whoever's gonna be next in line.
What's gonna happen when we stop climbing the ladders or walking up the stairs?
I don't
What are
know.
we
It's
gonna
just morale's gonna
do?
be so much. Like we can't even cast at that point. Like it's so essential.
It's done.
Yeah, it's just W observer in the chat, everyone. Anyways, I think it's about time to wrap it up here. Thank you all for watching. Um, we'll be back with more Valorant next semester. As always, Valorant is everlasting, is never ending. Um, and make sure to check out the stream tomorrow. We're gonna have a special for our mystery game tournament. Miami's greatest 15 players. Coming to see who is Miami's greatest gamer. Make sure to check out on the stream around noonish tomorrow. Um, and donate to help raise money for the Alzheimer's Association.
Yeah, so it's through the longest day. So be sure to tune in. We're gonna have a lot of fun. See what happens.
And that's it for Valorant this semester, this school year. Um, so uh, I've been Trey Looking Moss, and
I'm Tyler Dark Calloway. I don't think I've ever actually signed
we,
out
we never
properly, have we?
we're properly That would be- um. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next semester, and make sure to check out this. Bye.
Bye.